Good morning. Thank you for joining me today. Welcome to the All About Badges and Hang Tags webinar. Today, I'm going to be talking about all different types of badges and hang tags, giving you some insight on what those look like, how they can be used, who to talk to, and how to sell them. A couple of the badges and tags that I'll be covering today are event badges, medical badges, luggage tags, door hangers, caution tags, and just their materials and things like that. And I'm going to keep it as conversational as I possibly can through a camera without any interaction. So my name's Jessica Majors, and some of you may know me, some of you may not, but I'm a sales rep for Ward-Kraft, and my main focus are plastics, the plastics division, plastic products, most of what we're going to be talking about today. So jumping right in, I have a couple of badges as you can see around my neck. I'm going to show you some samples. Here they are here. We've all seen both of these types of badges, I'm sure. This one here, you've seen at your traditional trade show. We wear these all the time. This badge we can do, this badge definitely serves its purpose, but the badge I'm going to be talking about today is this type of a badge. This is the type of a badge that's more than just a badge. It's a brand image. It's something you want your customer to remember you by. When they receive this badge, you want them to think, wow, this is a great company. This is a great event. This is exciting. This is something that I'm going to take home and I'm going to keep. A perfect example of that, we had a customer that did all the print and promo for a race event, and we provided the badges, and the badges had, the front was the gloss with the image and all the race information, and then the back was a matte writable laminate, and these were mainly for the VIP members. And at the end of the race, they all got to go down into the pit and get autographs for their favorite race car driver. So that was really cool because they could write on the back. So they're not only going to keep it for the autograph, but they're going to keep it and it has your brand included on it as well. So that's pretty neat. You'll notice on the screen, you'll see a variety of different badges. We have produced badges for famous concerts. Just to name a few, we've done Taylor Swift. I've seen Garth Brooks come through. And the next image you'll see actually has all the different types of badges. But we've done them for a majority of different concerts, like I said. And these, again, are the VIP type badges that people are going to keep and want to remember you by. The really cool thing about these badges also is that we can make them very personal. So we have the capabilities to print with variable information. So you can actually send a different type or a different image on a badge to a different individual, making them feel special. This may sound complicated, but it's not. It's super easy. All you do is send us the information in an Excel spreadsheet and we can do the rest for you. And it makes them feel good. Again, all about that brand image, all about receiving that personal type of a badge that you're going to keep for time and time to come. Another pain point that we come into with this badge, if ever anybody on this probably has been to a trade show or another, one trade show or another, and when you're walking around the trade show or you're working at a booth and somebody walks up to you, you love to be able to say, hey, Joe, how are you doing? And make them feel welcome. Well, these badges constantly flip around. The advantage to this type is they're printed on both sides. So if it flips around, it doesn't matter. You're going to see their name, you're going to see their information, you're going to see their title as they walk up. Another cool thing about this type of a badge is we can leave blanks. We've had customers do that also. We always have those late registrations. So you print all the attendees and then you have somebody register late. We can provide blanks. So if somebody does come in late, you can write on their badge with a Sharpie, or you can apply a label, or whatever the case may be. Events to consider. I know I've mentioned a few of the concerts and things like that. But again, conferences, any type of a meeting. We produce badges for coaches clinics, football games, really any type of an event. So think of the customers that you're working with right now. Do they have events that they're included in, or are they putting on events? Or this would just, I mean, it's endless with badges. So, and if they're not, it's a great way to get them started and having conversations to open the door to new customers. I'm going to show you a couple other samples here that I have. So those are the event badges. Those are the fun. I'm going to want you to remember my brand badges. Those are for the events and things like that. These are medical badges, and these are more what you would consider necessity badges. This one here is a badge that typically will have a name printed across it, and here's your credentials. So a name tag in the medical environment. This is what we call a badge buddy. And this goes along with this badge. It's clipped to your name tag, and it displays code information. So if something goes across the intercom and it's code red, code blue, they can quickly refer to this card and know what's happening in the hospital. You'll notice on the screen there's several other badges, medical badges. Also, so my niece is a nurse. My niece is a nurse. That's a tongue twister. And she wears one of those ID badges, and it has her picture. It also has a mag stripe on the back, which allows her access into certain places of the hospital where maybe the maintenance person isn't allowed, or vice versa. So we can apply that to a badge, not only an access card, but it can be a badge that hangs on your name tag there. Also, you'll notice in the corner, and you can kind of see this here, but it says keep your space safe. Maintain a 6-foot distance. And if you can read this, you're too close. This is extremely critical today. This is the badge that all of the employees here at Ward-Kraft are wearing, and in multiple industries, retail environments, really anywhere that you're still coming in somewhat of contact with people, these badges are great for that, because we're all used to being close and up in people's space unintentionally. I know that when I talk to people, I'm definitely usually not 6 foot apart. I'm not somebody that's right next to them, but I'm at least, 3 feet apart or whatever the case may be. And we constantly need these reminders. And again, that the advantage and the nice thing about this is it's plastic. So it can be wiped down and cleaned and sanitized multiple times to continue to use over long periods of time. So I'm going to show you another sample. And and just before I forget to tell you on that, don't just think of hospitals. With the medical badge, they're really used, you can use them in ER, first responders, clinics. Those type of people are going to be using these badges as well. I mean, think about it. All the people out there doing this kind of a work and things like that, they need to be identified in one way or another. So they're probably using some type of a badge. So again, I'm going to show you a couple of samples I have here. So jumping from the badges into more of the hang tags. I have a luggage tag here. This is a really cool piece, especially for those of you that are in the promo world. This is a nice leave behind that has your brand information on it. And this is an all-in-one type of a luggage tag. I'll show you how this works. You break it out of the piece, and it actually creates a luggage tag out of itself with the loop. So, I fumbled with it a little. So there you have it. There you have a luggage tag. And I'll mention this again, because of our variable capabilities, it's really cool because we can actually put Jessica Majors, her address, all of the information along with your logo, and they're going to put it on their suitcase. They're going to use that because it's plastic. It's going to withstand, again, weather elements, things like that. And it's going to long-term use for your brand exposure over and over again. I have another sample of a luggage tag that I'm going to show you that's really cool. And I think it's up on the screen as well. Yep. So this is a mailable luggage tag. So those you can hand out or insert into an envelope, that luggage tag that stands alone. This is a direct mail piece that actually has a luggage tag incorporated into it. So this you can actually mail to your customer. Again, a nice gift, super easy to have your brand exposure. And with the mailing capabilities, we can do all the mailing for you. So not only are we providing the gift, but we can get it to your customer as well. We don't just have those types of luggage tags, as you notice on the screen. We have the type that's just the badge, that's just the square piece, and we can provide those square clear loops to hook it to your suitcase as well. So again, with the variable information, we can print the address information, or we can have the matte writable laminate. So once they receive the luggage tag, they can go ahead and write their own information, whichever you prefer. We have lots of different things available. So it just really kind of depends on what your customers' wants are, what their needs are, what kind of image they want to portray, and all of those things. So another form of a hang tag, and you'll notice this on the screen, the different images. And a mirror hang tag is just simply what it is. It's a mirror hang tag. It is for your mirror. And it goes on there to give you access to certain places, parking lots, things like that. So I know my son has to buy one every year for college in order to park in C parking lot. Otherwise he gets a ticket, and he's gotten one of those before. But anyway, also even the high schools, you're required to have a parking permit. So that's another good place for this to work. Funny story about the parking pass I'll go ahead and share with you. My husband and I, we went to our very first Chiefs football game. And this was years and years ago. We were young, I mean, naive, not knowing really anything. And we just pulled in, and this place was packed. And I mean, people trying to get through the gates, the drive gate, and it was just full of people. And when we finally got through, we paid for our parking. We paid for the cheapest parking, of course, because, we were like 19. And we go drive in, and we find this parking lot, and there's nobody parked there, but probably about 3 other cars, and they had their grills set up and things. And we pull in, and we're like, wow, this is really close to the stadium. I don't know why anybody else isn't parking here. And so we get out and we get ready to set our stuff up. Well, here comes the go-kart or golf cart police, and they said, where's your parking pass? Well, we didn't have one. So that's just the perfect example of, we should have had, and if we had paid for VIP parking, we would have had one of these VIP parking passes. So not only if you're working with somebody that's in the event world and they're planning some type of an event, can you be selling them their event badges, but you can also sell them their mirror parking passes as well. So also on the screen, you'll see some door hangers. I have just a simple door hanger here to show you, but that's again the same thing. It's a door hanger. And when I think of a door hanger, I automatically go to the do not disturb. Do not disturb on a hotel, or sometimes you see them in the retail environment and they say, do not open or do not enter, or whatever the case may be. But another really cool piece and sample I want to show you that's a door hanger is also not just a door hanger, but it's a marketing piece. Check this out. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So what this was created for a marketing campaign to new homes. So when people new homeowners move into certain areas, they put together a marketing campaign, hang these on all the doors in those areas, and these are all local businesses that are on this card. So if somebody needs a roof repair, they have a discount card. They're going to go to use those services because they're right there local, they're in the area. Furniture, roofing, again, concrete work, all those types of things. I've even seen this same piece used with the local restaurants. Discount cards, coupons, all those things. And the nice thing again about this is it's plastic. Therefore, these can be hung on every door in the neighborhood, and you're not concerned about the weather because it can hold up to all those elements. See how these cards pop out? So not only is your brand getting exposure there, but they're going to put this in their wallet and they're going to keep it. And if they don't use those services right away, they're going to use them eventually, or they're also, every time they open their wallet, they're seeing your information. So they're thinking of you. Another way to get your message out. So that's another cool type of a door hanger that we have there. We can provide these in all different sizes. As you can see the images on the screen, and then the samples that I showed you, we can do different thicknesses. We can do different materials. I mentioned the matte writable laminate, all of those things we can provide on all these products. And then another sample I have here, moving into more of the tags again, this is your lockout tag out. So these are your work type tags. We can do the 30 mil thick. We can add the grommet. As you can see on the screen, there's a variety of different type of caution tags, warning tags, danger tags. We can do it in the plastic, or we can do it in a synthetic type material that is just the tear resistant, water resistant. Customers that are going to use these are more of in your manufacturing world. These are also, I talked about the medical badges being a necessity. These are also a necessity. These are a must-have for safety purposes and things like that. So who's going to see the value in these? If you're out there talking to manufacturing and companies and things like that, are the floor managers, the general managers, the production managers, those types of people, because it's their job, obviously, to keep their people safe. So we have all those tags. Sometimes people don't think of Ward-Kraft for the tags, but we want to make sure that you're thinking of us for those as well. So there you have it, short, sweet, nice and simple, a lot of information about tags and hang tags. I hope you got a little bit out of this that maybe you hadn't thought of before. Hopefully right now you're thinking of customers that you could potentially be talking about these products to, or customers that you have wanted to reach out to and now you have a reason. So the first question is, what's your quantity? That's a good question, and I can't believe I forgot to mention that, but you can order as few as one. We can produce one badge all the way up into the millions. So it's really however many you need. Let's see. What are your turn times? So this one's really exciting for me, and this is really where the plastics division prides themselves because we have extremely fast turn times. So you're looking at the products that I talked about today, with the exception maybe of a few of the synthetic tags, because those maybe ran in a longer run process. But the majority of these products that I talked about today will give you a standard 3 to 5 day turn time up to 50,000. And then above that, it just about 5 to 7 days. But if you have an event, because we've had this, we've actually saved some people's bacon in the past, because if they have an event coming up and you're down to the wire and you don't have event badges, definitely reach out to us, because I've watched our division turn between 50 and 100,000 badges in 24 hours. Now, that's not something that we want to do on a regular basis, but I do want you to know that that's something that we can do because again, we're here to help you. We're here to make you shine and be the hero and all of those things. So reach out to us and we'd be glad to help. I have one more question. Can we provide mock-ups and proofs? Yes, we sure can. So I know that everybody loves to see their image and their brand on that specific configuration or tag, badge, or what have you. So we have the ability to send out PDF proofs, or if your customer would like to see a full production proof, we can do that as well. So it looks like I've answered all your questions. And if you have any other questions, you'll notice that my information is up on the screen now. I would love to hear from you. I would love to have more in-depth conversations about badges and tags. Yep, that's up there. I would love to have more in-depth conversation about badges and tags, send you samples. We have a huge sample library with a ton of different samples that we would love to send to you so that you can show your customers. Again, with the multiple thicknesses, different substrates, things like that. I think that's it. I hope everybody's staying well out there and healthy, and I would love to hear from you.